Bam, bam. Thank you, ma'am. We are eating green eggs and ham. How you doing? How you doing, everybody? It is Monday, February 9th, 2026, which means the Super Bowl was played last night, and that means we now know who sits atop 32 teams. One team, one man stands alone. And that team is, of course, the Seattle Sea Chickens, because if there is almost one certainty in the NFL outside of Patrick Mahomes getting all of the calls, it is defense, defense, defense. Say it with me now, ladies and gentlemen. Defense wins championships. Seahawks, Patriots, and Super Bowl 60. What we learned from Seattle's 29-13. A game was played. I don't know what to call it. I wish I could say it a trouncing. It was, look, I don't want to sound like everybody else, but you guys, we got a Thursday night football game for the Super Bowl. That was not a good game. Like, it was a fine game. That is boring as hell, wasn't it? It was pretty dull, man. Pretty dull. But one awesome thing that did come out of the Super Bowl is obviously your Super Bowl 60 MVP for the first time. And I think I've seen 28 years. So this year we have two big steps for the running backs in the NFL, right? Now, y'all know me. I like the running back room. I like to ground and pound our way through an 18-week schedule, right? Christian McCaffrey winning the Comeback Player of the Year award. First time a running back has won that, I think, in like 17 years or something like that. Kenneth Walker becoming the first running back to win the Super Bowl MVP, I think they said in 28 years, I think. Which is an absolutely insane number of years to go without a running back. But Kenneth Walker, K9, bro. K9 just out here doing all the good shit. You know what I mean? Shouldering the load. Sam Darnold said, hey, I'm going to go ahead and see some ghosts. I'm going to go ahead and Sam Darnold my way around on the field. And the best thing that you can do with a dominant defense. Now, Seattle was the league's best defense, right? The best thing you can partner with a dominant defense is an absolute bulldozer of a running back. And Kenneth Walker said, all right, I got you. Bet. Watch. So, Kenneth Walker just rumbling, thumbling, stumbling his way to Super Bowl MVP, Super Bowl 60 MVP. We will discuss that. And then, of course, you guys, I'm going to be very, very honest with you. Try looking up information. Try digging up some information on the TPUSA halftime show. Pretty scarce and sparse. There's not a whole lot. There's some out there, and we will discuss. Look, was it the best performance you've ever seen? No, clearly not. Kid Rock, I'm telling you, he probably was lip syncing during Bawa Daba, right? But considering he had plans and then performed as Richie Richardson or whatever, his real name there, that country music song, I'm willing to bet that he was probably saving his vocals to perform that song. There was a little bit that could have been better, but you know what? And the small window that they had to kind of pile this thing together, I thought it was a insane performance. I really, really do think that you, me, and everybody else that tuned in to help support TPUSA, the real Patriots here, I think we made a real big statement. We flexed the power of the free market. We emphasized and utilized the accessibility of new media and shown that there is a large percentage of it. Now, I'm willing to bet that because dinosaur media is going to be able to manipulate the numbers, that you will see that somehow the Wascoey Wabbit had, by the numbers, they're going to say he had the biggest and the biggest halftime show ever. Just ever. It's absolutely ever. Kind of similar to how Joe Biden won more votes than any other president in U.S. history. But you know what? When your thumb is on the scales and you can dictate the outcome of the numbers, you can say whatever it is that you want. So we will discuss a little bit over here what The Athletic has to say about TPUSA's halftime show. 6.1 million concurrent viewers on YouTube. That is misleading. That is 6.1 million concurrent viewers on YouTube simply between TPUSA and Charlie Kirk's own YouTube channel. That doesn't include Rumble. They were not able to get on X due to licensing restrictions, and it doesn't count the viewers that were through Daily Wire Plus and a couple of the Christian channel TV networks that were broadcasting it as well. But for the very minimum, just between the two YouTube channels, 6.1 million. And I believe I seen Mark Dice reporting that by the numbers, TPUSA had the second highest all-time largest live stream in the history of the YouTube corporation. Their All-American Halftime Show was the second largest streamed live show ever on YouTube. So that's absolutely awesome. And then we will end it, as you guys know. Oh, as you know, it's Monday. It's Monday in the offseason. And for a lot of you new guys here, you probably don't even know what's about to partake. Like moth to a flame, Hat and Beard loves him some NFL draft, some NFL combine. And on Mondays, we specialize. Mondays, set those aside just for drumroll Paris, a mock draft on Monday. That's right, we're going to be doing a mock draft over at pff.com. Now, I will probably, as we get closer to the draft, I maybe will pay to unlock so we can do all 7 rounds. But right now, with the free tool, no trades and rounds 1 through 3. But we will do a little mock draft simulator with you guys. In case you can't tell, I mean business about the mock draft. I have been holding off since Christmas to debut this with you guys. I've been scurrying about the house like a little rat with this fucker on all the time. Guys, it is the off season, which means I have my mock draft sweater on. That's right. Shout out Hat's mom in the chat, you guys. Can I get a 1 in the chat for my mom? Check out this Mr. Rogers sweater that she got me for Christmas, yo. Wouldn't she just like to be my fucking neighbor with this bad boy on, dude? This is, I am so fly, dude. I am so fly with my Mr. Rogers sweater on, dude. Wouldn't you like to be my neighbor? We got it on, which means that it's Mock Draft Monday, you guys. I am so excited to debut the Mr. Rogers sweater. I've been holding off on this bad boy since Christmas, legit. And now, here it is for all of you to witness, and we will be wearing it on Mock Drafts, which means it is Monday, which means we are locked and ready to go. If you guys want to partake in the chat, feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. It's the #1 way to engage with the rest of Mad Hatter Nation. Ring that notification bell so you can be notified every single time we go live Monday through Friday, 10 to 11 a.m. right here at youtube.com. I failed epically at trying to dual stream to Rumble. I don't know how to add keys. Apparently, I don't know how to add stream keys. So, if you guys are watching later today and you get notifications that we're live, it will probably be private lives while I do a little bit of testing. I think today we'll do a little bit of testing on the back end, see if we can't kind of get everything plumb level and square with the multiple streaming platforms. Ring that notification bell. We already said that. Like the video. Share this around with everybody you know. Now that's out of the way, guys. Let's go ahead and get into the show.
If you can say the word good, guess what? It means you're still alive. It means you're still breathing. And if you're still breathing, well then hell, you still got some fight left in you. So get up, dust off, reload, recalibrate, re-engage, and go out on the attack.
What's going on, everybody? How you doing? Shout out to my dad in the chat. You should be working. You should be working. I don't know what you're doing. You're over here being one of those Zoomers. We can't live without your phone. I'm just kidding, bud. I appreciate you tuning in. Motown Mitch says TPUSA was all I watched. Hell yeah. Mr. Fix, I didn't even watch the Super Bowl. You didn't miss much, bud. You didn't miss much. I'm gonna be honest. The commercials were mediocre at best. There was 2 commercials that I can think of that I was like, those are actually good. And the first one, I can't remember all of it because I only realized what was going on halfway through. And that was the one with Guy Fieri where he's like, I'm Guy Fieri. And then he's like, I'm just a guy. And he shaved his like mustache or his beard and goatee off. That one was kind of funny. I don't know if he actually shaved it off, but it was just hilarious to see Guy Fieri without a goatee. And then the other one, I got to be honest, the only other funny commercial that was worth seeing was the one, and legit, talk about knowing your demographic. The Xfinity commercial where they were at Jurassic Park. Yo. And he resets the modem and it cuts to the whatever the actress's name is, and she goes, well, that could have been bad. Like, that was actually pretty funny. I thought that, like, I was like, all right, that's pretty funny. That's pretty good. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Loosen your tight end proctology commercial is funny. That, yeah, all right, Twisted, dude, yo, have you been here before? Cause your handle, the Twisted Squat Cobbler. Bro, I am a big fan of the Hoboken Squat Cobbler, specifically baby squats. Yo, dude's got the Squat Cobbler in his name, bro. Oh, what an MVP move, dude. The fucking Squat Cobbler, bro. Come on, Hoboken Squat Cobbler. You guys know what Squat Cobbler is. No, man, what is Squat Cobbler? Dude, awesome. Awesome name, dude. That is awesome. I got tired of getting told which halftime to watch, so I watched the Olympians represent instead at that time. Hell yeah, Trippy. That's what's up, dude. That is absolutely what's up, dude. You know what? I was like, and I encouraged my folks to do it. I was like, look, what you guys have to do is we have to actually show a massive drop-off in viewership. So, look, what we did here was me and Hat and Boobs pulled it up on all of our electronic devices for multiple viewers, right? And then when halftime, when clock hit 0 on the first half, we switched the channel, and not only switched the channel, we deliberately switched it over to a direct competitor. I put it over on Fox. You know what I'm saying? Like, we deliberately switched our viewership over to Fox on cable. And then we used all of our electronic devices to boost up a few more extra numbers here or there on TPUSA because they deserved everything. And they crushed it. I'm going to be out, dude, we turned it on and I was like, oh, wow, 300,000 views. That's insane. And then I was like, oh my gosh, 700,000 viewers. That's insane. And I was like, babe, they got 900,000 live viewers. This is nuts. And then when it hit 1.2 million, I was like, this might be one of the biggest live streamed events in the history of YouTube. I couldn't believe once it got into the 3.2 millions, I just stopped keeping track. I was like, dude, this is awesome. You guys, Patriots standing strong, dude. Like, absolutely standing strong and just wiggling our wieners directly in the face of opposition, dude. And it's just talk about putting your nuts out there, dude. Just plopping your nuts on the table. You guys are a bunch of badass Patriots, dude. What's up, gun guy? How you doing, Rick, dude? TPUSA was a good show. I could understand what he was saying. Exactly, dude. I could understand what he was saying. And, not only what it was in English, but it also wasn't a bunch of communistic bullshit faggotry. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, why does Bad Bunny wear those obnoxious shoulder pads? Is he trying to make himself look bigger than he really is? Because, dude, I'm sorry, if his shoulders were that broad and wide, his head would replicate that size. Look at Michael Phelps. He's out there running around with Michael Phelps size shoulders, you know what I'm saying? With a Steve Smith Jr. size head. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like come on, dude. Or Steve Smith Sr. size head. You know what I mean? Like, it just didn't fit. It's clear you're clearly trying to make yourself appear to be a bigger physical specimen than you really are, and it's just wrong. Dude, you're a twink, you're a fag. Go fuck off, dude. No, like, you look more like a faggot dressing up like that than you actually are. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, dude. Just be authentic, be yourself. Aren't we all supposed to be unique faggot snowflakes? You know what I'm saying? Isn't that supposed to be the whole thing? That everybody's unique, but he's over here not comfortable in his own skin? It's evident. It's pretty much a common trend with those type of people over on the left. They just hate themselves. What you really see, what really it comes down to, it's not right versus left. It's not Democrat versus Republican. What it really comes down to is fat retards versus smart, pretty people. That's really what it comes down to. That's really all it comes down to. You're either smart and attractive or you're fat and retarded. And that's the divide. That's really the divide, dude. Was it bad? Wasco. Dude, he did look like that dude from Beetlejuice. Legit. PR's live on American territory and always want to play immigrant. You're from here. Dude, yeah, dude. Or live. That's right. Yeah, dude. Well, and Squat Cobbler, that's... Like, I'm going to be very honest with you guys. I'm not exactly sure how that whole, like, territorial citizenship shit works. I'm not very familiar with it, and I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care. He might need those pads because Epstein and Billy. Oh yeah, dude. Yo, trippy, legit, dude. And yo, that Epstein shit is. I seen this hilarious meme. Shout out Luke Rudkowski at We Are Change. He shared this hilarious meme, and it was like a little girl holding another girl's hair while she's puking in the toilet, and the girl holding her hair is just looking at the camera like, yeah, uh-huh. And it just says the girl throwing up, just says normies reading the Epstein files, and the girl holding her hair looking at it just like the rest of us who know what conspiracies really are going on in the world. It's like, uh-huh, yeah, we told you guys, they're fucked up. It's a two-tier justice system. It's just the beginning of it, you guys. Anyway, back to what we're here to talk about. Let's go ahead and talk about a little bit of football here, boys and girls. In case you were living under a rock yesterday, there was a little game. It was called the Super Bowl. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but partway through the show, or partway through the broadcast, did you notice Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth didn't know what to do with themselves? They didn't know what to say. They didn't know how to compliment or glaze any of the players because none of the players' names were Patrick Mahomes or Caleb Williams. They didn't understand how any player on the field not named Patrick Mahomes or Caleb Williams were able to play football at any degree with success. It befuddled them. They were confused. They were fumbling over their words. So what they should have done was knowing, that there was going to be no Giggle Willie and no Patty Mahomes, that Chris Collinsworth and Mike Tirico weren't going to be able to just deep throat those two guys all game long, all broadcast. The NFL should have tried to force a little bit of strong arming because they knew that there was going to be no glazing of Giggle Willie or Patty Mahomes. And deep down, I think they knew that this was going to be exactly what it turned out to be. A Thursday night football broadcast. So, hey, look, you just should have put it on Prime. You just should have put it on Prime. If you knew it was going to be a Thursday night broadcast, you should have just put it on Prime. That way people who really wanted to watch it could have primed their way into it. You would have gotten at least dedicated viewership. And people that would just tune in, the normies, they wouldn't have missed out on anything. You could have just ran all those same ads during your original broadcast, whatever you had filling in there. They would have been satiated and satisfied with it just the same. Because the game itself sucked. I don't know which was bad. And you guys know me. I was rooting for the Pats. I like Drake May. I don't know what was better, the overall broadcast and the game, or Will Campbell's performance, because holy shit, dude, I've been defending you all season long, and here you go. Just meme becomes reality with your little baby bitch arms, dude. Oh my God, Will Campbell. Can you save some sacks for the rest of the offensive line to let up, dude? Holy jeepers, gee willikers. What did we learn from the Seattle Sea Chickens and the Patriots Super Bowl 60 performance? The Seattle D destroyed the Patriots in super romp. The NFL's number one defense played like it in the biggest game of the year. Mike McDonald's defense discombobulated Drake May wire to Daily Wire. Early, the Seahawks brought DB pressure, which completely confused the Pats blocking, leading to a pressure and a sack from corner Devon Witherspoon. Yeah, I was like, oh shit. When I seen that sack come up, I was like, oh shit. Oh, the Patriots came to the Super Bowl, and the Seahawks came to win the Super Bowl. Holy shit, on the first drive, they pulled out a DB blitz and got home with it. Holy crappers, I was like, you boys are in for a long haul. Oh, man. From there, Seattle's D, 8-8-8. McDonald's, hey, 8-8-8 at McDonald's drive-through D. Let's go, boy. Demolished May, sacking the QB 6 times and generating 2 interceptions. Anytime the Pats even feigned a pulse, the Seattle Sea Chickens defense snuffed out the life. Sunday proved the depth of Seattle's defense with Derek Hall, Byron Murphy, and Devon Witherspoon, and rookie Riley Mills netting QB takedowns for 3+ quarters. The secondary smothered wideouts, making May move off his feet. Off his first reads and allowing the rush to get home. Shout out this guy Riley Mills. Yo, did you see that sack where he took a NFL veteran who got paid a lot of money to come and play guard for the New England Patriots because they had all this excess cap money because they had young, talented players, so you can build a team around them and overplay for really high, talented players, especially along the offensive line, so your rookie skill quarterback can play into the Super Bowl. He got manhandled by Riley Mills. Oh my God. He said, "Get over here." And he sacked Drake May through the offensive lineman. He turned out, "Get over here," and whoa. I was like, oh man. And not for nothing. This is kind of one of the reasons why I think you need to stop having 2 weeks between the Super Bowl. Because for as like flat as the Patriots looked offensively, Sam Darnold was seeing ghosts out there. He looked a little rusty too. Thankfully, the Seattle Sea Chickens defense was like, "Oh, look, defense wins championships. Just give it to K9. We're going to ground and pound our way to the Vince Lombardi trophy." May struggles under pressure. Drake May picked an awful night for an awful performance. The Patriots quarterback looked flustered by Mike McDonald's post-snap rotations, and May struggled with what he was seeing, clutching and holding the pigskin in ways we haven't seen most of his magical campaign. With the pass rush coming from seemingly every angle, May panicked at times, which led to wayward passes that were completely off the mark. The Pats QB finished 27 of 43 for 295 yards and 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. However, the overwhelming majority of that production came well after the Pats trailed by double digits. 48 passing yards in the first half. Yeah. Ugh. Ugh. May had little support, 42 rushing yards on 13 running carries between the running backs as the Patriots offense sputtered when things mattered. It all started up front. Their offensive line from the very first snap just did not have it together. I will poke at Will Campbell, unfairly so. He is going to get a lot of it. You are the left tackle. You are the left tackle who was brought in to be the protector of your franchise, the blindside protector of your franchise quarterback, right? And in the biggest game, when it mattered most, you absolutely failed at that. That's just the reality of it. Now, the memes are hilarious of Will Campbell now. A lot of him working for Amazon as a delivery driver. That's not going to happen. Everybody has a bad game, okay? You just pick the absolute worst time on the absolute biggest stage to do that. Will Campbell will bounce back, and this team is young, and they will figure it out. But, bro, that was one of those games where you just want to super sim your way to the end because you couldn't win for losing, brother. You and the rest of the offensive line couldn't win for losing. Mike McDonald had y'all's ass. He had y'all's ass from the jump, and it just was there was no win. It was every dog has its day, and brother, it was not the New England Patriots' day. MVP Walker paces Seattle's offense with Sam Darnold playing shakily, seeing ghosts. K9 took on the load and ran the Seahawks to victory. On an array of outside runs, the back gashed a Pats defense that had earned a Super Bowl, not allowing a running back to gain over 40 rushing yards in the postseason. Walker generated 135 rushing yards on a season high. 27 carries. Way to save the absolute best for last, brother. 5 yards per carry. He blasted off on runs of 30, 29 yards, and in the second quarter, and earned 5 runs of 10-plus yards. Looking like Le'Veon Bell at times, Walker was patient as we've ever seen him as a runner, waiting for lanes to open and dashing through them. I will give yes, that is probably the best comparison that I have heard yet. Lev Bell had this very almost unique level of patience, waiting and feeling for that offensive hole to really open up. Kenneth Walker looked to be doing exactly the same yesterday. It was very Lev Bell esque in his patience, and then the tenacity that he was finishing runs with, that low end torque that he's got. Very Marshawn Lynchian. You put those two guys together, you get a K9 out of it, dude. You better be winning Super Bowls with a running back like that. The defense for the Pats gave it a shot. I will give the New England Patriots defense, especially Damn, dude, that Christian Gonzalez kid, man. Oh, shit, is he good. Wow. He made a couple of plays that I audibly went, wow, that was a hell of a play. That boy good. That boy good. And their defense tried and tried and tried, but when it really came down to it, they didn't have any complementary offensive production. Seattle's defense was doing well. Their pass game not so great. K9 took on the load. New England's defense was doing enough to keep you in the game, but you had no road to success offensively through the air attack or on the ground. You just had no. You got to play some form of complementary football. You can't just go it alone, especially against the number one defense in the league, and especially with now a Super Bowl MVP running back K9, 27 carries, 135 yards. That's just not gonna do it. Vrabel's defense kept things close as long as it could, with New England's offense doing bupkis. Dude, Homeboy's got some. He said dumb. What did he say earlier? Homeboy, this dude's got discombobulated. Yeah, he hit us with the discombobulated over here, and then down here, my boy hits us with the bupkis. Hey, I like it. It could have been a blowout early. However, cornerback Christian Gonzalez broke up 2 would-be touchdown passes to keep the Sea Chickens out of the end zone. New England gave Sam Darnold fits, pressuring the QB on 41.5% of his dropbacks, even though they generated just 1 sack. The Patriots' pressure led to bad misses from the QB that kept the tilt close into the fourth quarter. However, the offense's inability to do anything eventually broke the Camel's back. A Drake May fumble gave the Sea Chickens a shot at a field goal, or at a short field to get their first touchdown, and a pick six cemented the loss. The defense need not hang its head. It held Seattle to 1 of 4 in the red zone and 4 of 16 on third down. Damn! Wow! That's really, really good. 4 of 16 on third down attempts? Shoo! But if the offense had done anything before garbage time, the defense effort might have been enough. Yay, kicker love. I'm not going to go ahead and glaze the kicker, though. I had started to kind of make the argument in my head. Did Jason Myers actually deserve to be Super Bowl MVP? I mean, he single-handedly outscored the New England Patriots. You know what I'm saying? Also, guys, shout out. I can't stop looking at the buds popping on trees. If you guys look at the branches on some of your bigger, older trees, you're going to notice some rounded edges. I'm telling you guys, summer is... Oh, the warm weather's just around the corner, boys and girls. Don't let that 17 degrees fool you. It's going to warm up, boys and girls. Hey, before we talk about Kenneth Walker, I'm going to give a little spotlight to the boy, to K9, dude. He did a great job. He did a great job, dude. He did a great job. We're going to talk a little bit about him, not too very much. Can you guys do me a favor? As we progress through the stories, can you guys just go ahead and share the link down, just copy it down on your clipboard as we progress through it. It kind of signals to the algorithm to direct traffic to us, and I am trying to exercise that shorts dual stream thing where, whoopsie, it's going to zoom in on me now, isn't it? Where people watching on shorts will see the live stream too and have an opportunity to watch it. So if you wouldn't mind doing me a favor, let's talk about Sea Chickens running back Kenneth Walker, named Super Bowl MVP. Entering his senior year at Arlington High in Tennessee, running back Kenneth Walker III's football career almost ended before it really took off. In summer 2018, Walker woke up having trouble breathing, which led to an emergency room visit where he was told he had blood clots in both of his lungs. That day, Walker wasn't sure if he would ever play football again. On Sunday night, Walker played so well, he was named the MVP of Super Bowl 60, leading the Seattle Sea Chickens to a 29-13 victory against the New England Patriots at Levi's Stadium. Quote, "When a doctor told me I couldn't play no more, I just thought football was over. It was a shocking moment, but my dad worked with me throughout the whole process." Cats are meowing. "And he was in the hospital with me as well, and my mom. Going through that, it just made me grateful for each and every day to be able to go out there and strap up and play the game and just still be alive." Walker, who would earn the nickname Thunder Shoes in high school, is known in Seattle's locker room for his soft-spoken, hard-working approach. But in the postseason and Super Bowl, in which the Sea Chickens needed him the most, Walker let his game do the talking. It spoke as loud as a thunderclap. Walker rushed for 135 yards on 27 carries against the Patriots, adding 26 receiving yards on 2 catches to become the first running back to win Super Bowl MVP since Denver's Terrell Davis in 1997. Wow. Damn, dude. It really has been since TD, huh? Damn, dude. That's crazy. Those 135 rushing yards were also the most by a player in his Super Bowl era since Terrell Davis. I'm telling you guys, the league is tilting back to the old school way of playing ball. For the first 30 minutes, Walker was the only player generating offense for either side. He broke runs of 29 and 30 yards in a 3-play span to set up Seattle's second field goal and became the third player in Super Bowl history with multiple rushes of 25-plus yards in the Super Bowl. By halftime, Walker had 94 yards on 14 carries, the second highest rushing total for a player in an opening half in Super Bowl history. Only Washington's Timmy Smith in Super Bowl 22 in 1988 had more with 131. It's surreal. K9's one of those. This guy is a super deserving of all the success that he has going on to continue to have. There's nobody I'd rather block for than K9. For most of the 2025 season, Zabel and his fellow linemen split their time blocking for Walker and fellow back Zach Charbonnet in one of the league's most successful backfield timeshares. When Charbonnet tore his left ACL in the divisional round against the San Francisco 49ers, all eyes turned to Walker. Zabel said Walker didn't need to say anything, but it was evident in his body language and work ethic that he was ready to take on a bigger role. All Walker did in 3 postseason games was rush for 313 yards, failing just shy of Marshawn Lynch postseason franchise record of 318 after the 2014 regular season. See it, damn. Wow. Sunday was Walker's third straight playoff game with 100-plus scrimmage yards, making him the only player in Seahawks history to accomplish that feat. That's dope. That's absolutely dope. And then they just kind of go on to talk about will he be returning to Seattle? We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Just, dude, talk about coming back and shouldering the load. The rushing total also led all players in the postseason, and Walker's 417 scrimmage yards and 4 total touchdowns also ranked first or tied for first among all players. Damn. Throughout the postseason, Walker found motivation in making Charbonnet proud. He had Charbonnet's number 26 written on his wrist Sunday night and planned to show it to all the camera after scoring a long touchdown run in the fourth quarter before it called back because of a holding penalty. After the game, Charbonnet wasn't surprised that Walker had earned MVP despite entering the game with the longest odds of plus 850 for a player to win since Patriots receiver Julian Edelman won it back in Super Bowl, what would that be, 43? Would that be right? 53? 53. Is that what the L is? He's been doing it all year. He's the best there is, man. Love to have him. And then, they're just going to talk about his rookie career and what he's got coming up and the fact that he is an upcoming free agent. Now, the reality is with him winning the Super Bowl MVP and hitting these historic production numbers in the postseason, the argument will be more money, right? And deservedly so. On the flip side of that, 27 carries in the Super Bowl, you put a lot of extra miles on your body, dude. Now, it is already been divvied up and split down with Charbonnet this season, kind of shouldering a good portion of the load. So Kenneth Walker didn't have as much wear and tear on him, which allowed him to be more productive in the postseason. But we do know that NFL running backs' careers can just end in an instant. That literally, from one season to the next, they take a half step back and they're no longer productive. Do I think Kenneth Walker's going to hit that? No, because he's just finishing up his rookie contract. He's still relatively young with a lot of mileage left in front of him. He has a little bit more of a physical running back, but I do think he can sustain another 3 to 6 more years at the level that he is producing at. I do think he has more longevity than some of the other running backs in the year, or in the NFL, barring any type of catastrophic structural injury, ankle, knees, hips, shoulders, that type of stuff, neck. But we're going to see his number go up now. And do the Sea Chickens have enough dollary dues to pay the Super Bowl MVP, or are we going to see him take his talents to another organization, someplace like a Houston? I know I keep bringing up Houston as the destination for running backs to go, but I think Houston is a rock-solid ground-and-pound Kenneth Walker, David Montgomery-style running back away from making a deep postseason run, guys. I do. So shout out Kenneth Walker, K9. Obviously, he played here at Michigan State for 1 year, and I think that's super-duper dope and awesome that he's out here doing his thing, dude. How we doing, Mad Hatter Nation? Boringest Super Bowl I can remember. Hell yeah, dude. Super Bowl gives me hope that the Lions, with a couple adjustments, can definitely win it all. Hell yeah, gun guy. Well, that's what we're seeing. I mean, Seattle kind of did it in similar fashion to how Detroit goes about doing their business. Ground and pound defense and outgrit your opponent, dude. He might need to lose those pads because oh yeah, I read that one. MSU Illinois College hoops was more exciting than the Super Bowl. I'm sure it was, dude. The Super Bowl, like I said, it was a third quarter game. Both QBs were terrible. Yeah, it was. It was a Thursday night game, dude. I had already no interest in watching it, and then I almost fell asleep in the second quarter. First Super Bowl I have ever been put to sleep. Yeah, Trippy, I don't blame you, dude. I did take a nap yesterday, but had I not taken a nap, I probably would have been zonkered right out. Yeah, dude. Rick, you're talking about that first quarter sack. That was. I was like, here he comes, and there he goes, dude. It was brutal, dude. O.T. Campbell got Drake killed. Yeah, dude, it was a bad day. It was a bad day for Will Campbell. It was a bad day for him to have a bad game, dude. Just a bad day all around. Biggest stage, dude. But he wasn't going against just some scrub. I mean, DeMarcus Lawrence is pretty talented, you know, and Seattle's defense is the best in the league. So it's not like he was just getting his ass handed to him by some scrub, you know. Both Michigan State, Bell and Walker, yeah, 100% gun guy, 100%. The muchacho can cover. Yeah, he sure can. You're talking Gonzalez, dude. That guy is, I mean, he might be the best corner in the league, dude. That boy is fast. He's got jumps. He's athletic, dude. That boy good, dude. He is good. Sam Darnold level of mobility is all I wish Jared had, just enough to have not eat every sack. Hey, you know what, dude? I'll give you that, dude. I will give you. Sam Darnold actually is low-key kind of sneaky mobile. He's not the fastest and he's not blazing, but he does get out of the pocket relatively quickly. He's quick. How's this? Sam Darnold is quick, not fast. Does that make sense? He's quick, but not fast. He's very quick at escaping the pocket, but I don't expect him to rip off a 60-yard touchdown run. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He ain't going to get up no 22 miles an hour. That's for damn sure. So, guys, go ahead and hit the share button real quick. Copy this link down your clipboard before we dive into the TPUSA news. Coming to us from The Athletic over here at New York Times. Him and Davis are shut down 100%. Yeah, dude, bro, and that was the other thing. I was so butthurt seeing Carlton Davis out there just crushing it, dude. And then Hatton Boobs did a little deep dive into Carlton Davis. Apparently the Lions wanted him. We offered him pretty similar dollars to what he got in New England. It just came down to some type of verbiage in the contract that he was not too wild about, dude. So that's why Carlton Davis isn't a Detroit Lion, dude. That's why he was playing in the Super Bowl for the Patriots, dude, because he didn't like the way that verbiage shook out in the contract, dude. We wanted him. He wanted to stay, dude, but Brad Holmes went and kind of Brad Holmes his way around. You know what I'm saying? Fucking sweat bunching up behind me, dude. All right, what are we talking about? TPUSA's All-American Halftime Show draws 6.1 million concurrent viewers on YouTube. Streamed opposite Wascoey Wabbit Super Bowl halftime performance, Turning Points. USA's All-American Halftime Show featuring Kid Rock drew as many as 6.1 million concurrent viewers on its YouTube channel Sunday night. The show, which started after the conclusion of the first half of the Super Bowl, began with a message in support of late conservative pundit Charlie Kirk. This one's for you. This one's for you, Charlie, a spokesman said. You mean Jack Posobiec, one of Charlie's best friends, one of the major driving forces behind TPUSA, a United States Navy veteran? You mean Jack Posobiec, not just some spokesperson? Fucking assholes, dude. And real quick, I don't like the fact that people are all like, oh, there's a capitalist cash grab for Charlie Kirk's book and Kid Rock's song. I'm like, no, dude, fuck off with that. Yes, they're going to make some money, okay? It is what it is. But fuck off with that shit, dude. U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth made a video appearance on a YouTube live stream before the concert commenced. I need my back to crack, guys. And the stream included a pro-adoption advertisement funded by Adoption is an Option. But the show, which saw performances from country singers Brantley Gilbert, Lee Bryce, and Gabby Barrett, was mostly devoid of political messaging. From the War Department, we salute TPUSA, and everyone who believes in freedom is still worth the fight, Hegseth said in a video. Thank you for your courage as an organization, your clarity and leadership for this halftime show. The War Department is proud to support. While TPUSA drew over 6 million concurrent viewers on YouTube, The televised audience for the Wascoey Wabbit halftime show was expected to be much larger. Really? Really? You don't say. Wow. What? Hang on. So what you're telling me is that Goliath was expected to be bigger than David? Huh. No shit, huh? You don't say that the major media machine behind Wascoey Wabbit was expected to draw more viewers than the plucky little alt forms of media over at TPUSA? Wow. Next, you're going to tell me that water's wet, aren't you? Way to go, Athletic. I'm so glad they pay you guys all this kinds of money to make just fucking such profound statements. Oh, my Lord. Look out, guys. Last year, Kendrick Lamar's halftime concert drew 133.5 million viewers, the most of any Super Bowl halftime show. Yes, but that was actually a good halftime show. Messages in opposition to the stream appeared at times on YouTube comments, including some writing "Ice out." Other users expressed their support. "This is what should be on the field right now," one commenter wrote. TPUSA announced before the start of the game the halftime show would not be available on X due to licensing complications. Due to licensing restrictions, we are unable to stream the All-American Halftime Show on X. Head over to our YouTube channel tonight around 8 p.m. to watch the full show. The live stream was designed as an alternative to the Wascoey Wabbit show. The artist's selection faced conservative backlash for his political views in the run-up to Sunday's Super Bowl halftime show. You mean that he's a anti-American communist? Yeah, I don't want to watch him, and I'm going to vote with my dollary dues and flex the power of the free market. The All-American Halftime Show is an opportunity for all Americans to enjoy a halftime show with no agenda other than to celebrate faith, family, and freedom, Andrew Kovac said in a statement earlier this week. "We set out to provide an entertainment option that will be fun, excellent, and exciting for the entire family while millions are gathered together for the big game." Big Donnie added to the discussion during Sunday's game, voicing his displeasure regarding Wascoey Wabbit's performance. "The Super Bowl halftime show is absolutely terrible, one of the worst ever. It makes no sense. It is an affront to the greatness of America and doesn't represent our standards of success, creativity, or excellence," Trump wrote on a statement on Truth Social. "Nobody understands a word this guy is saying, and dancing is disgusting, especially for young children who are watching throughout the USA and all over the world." I'll give him that. But y'all remember when Janet Jackson's titty popped out? The concert portion of the stream concluded moments after the second half began with 14:54 left on the clock. So there you go. Jody Fee Platt wrote that. And I'm not going to lie, guys. There hasn't been any really, glowing articles about this. Honestly, this is about the, most just vanilla take I can get. Most people are talking shit about it. Yahoo jabbed at him for being capitalist. Most people are just kind of, Kid Rock was lip syncing. It's like, dude, so was Bad Bunny. All right, that's how it goes. That's how most live performances are. All right, especially ones that are broadcast over nationally syndicated television, But what cracks me up is the plucky liberal retards that are so hell-bent on, oh, we are being oppressed. We are the voices of the unheard. We are the small. This is what cracks me up about these fuckheads, dude. They all dress in their "I'm a unique snowflake" attire that makes them all look the same. They all want to be in Dumbledore's army fighting against the Empire. And they don't realize that they are literally rooting for Goliath. They just line up behind the Empire and go, yeah! You're the bad guys. Dude, fuck off, bro. I get it. Y'all are just salty that we don't like the same faggotry and nonsense that you guys like, dude. But yet here we are building our own parallel fucking universe, our own parallel economy, giving another alternative for people. It wasn't even for... Look, dude, it's for us. It's not for you. Why do you care? Why do you guys care that we watch what we want to watch? Why is it such an affront to you that we don't like the things that you like? We don't tell you guys to like the things that we like. Why do we have to like all the weird nonsense that you like? Why can't we just have our little thing, man? Our little 6 million viewer thing, man. You got 100 million plus eyeballs on your thing. Let us just have our little 6 million viewer thing, man. Dude, legit. MAGA FUBU. Exactly, dude. Exactly, guys. Exactly, dude. How we doing, Mad Hatter Nation? Yeah, more wardrobe malfunction was 100% intentional. I completely agree, dude. I don't know if there actually is a theory about it or not, but like, the more you look into how the like Jackson family was treated, dude, at a certain point you start to wonder if it was all just a humiliation ritual. You know what I'm saying? Like the narrative around MJ, dude, the fact that like he was speaking out and saying things that, he got the same treatment Kanye got, dude. You know what I'm saying? And Janet, probably just falls under the same thing, dude. It's a humiliation ritual, dude. They just wanted to humiliate these fuckers, dude. You know what I'm saying, bro? It's just fucked up, bro. I was still in high school. Pretty sure the next few weeks was spent on the internet looking for titty that popped out. Good times. Hell yeah, dude. That was probably Google's top trending search for like weeks afterwards was Janet Jackson titty. Which then probably shifted to Janet Jackson's wardrobe malfunction. But yeah, I'd have just been Googling Janet Jackson titty. All right, guys. It is time. Here we are. My favorite time of year. What's up, Kane? Just like James Lindsay said, they complain about the system until they control it, and then it's great. Yeah, dude. Bro, 100%, dude. 100 fucking percent, dude. Man, I like James Lindsay. He comes up with some good shit here and there. You know what I'm saying? Also been recently reading a lot of Brandon Straka. I actually kind of like Brandon Straka recently. He's not too bad either. All right, guys, make sure that you hit the share button and copy this link down on your clipboard. Go ahead and do that however many times you want. Every single time you do it, it counts as a share. If you do it throughout the show as we jump from article to article to article, every single time we hit a new article, it's like an ebb and a flow. It kind of boosts us up in the algorithm a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So just hit that share button and copy that link down on your clipboard. Boom, just like that. So we got pulled up over here. It's what I have been using for the last, I guess, 2 years now at this point. I like to use the PFF mock draft simulator. Right now, I'm just using the free version. Probably will end up paying for it the closer we get to the draft so that we can go a little bit more in-depth, maybe work some trades. Right now, we are limited to the first 3 rounds 1 through 3, with no maneuverability. And honestly, right now is not the time to be looking at maneuverability. We haven't even hit the combine yet. We are in the absolute off-season of off-season. There's nothing going on right now. So now's the time to do a lot of thought exercises, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to conduct ourselves as the Detroit Lions sitting at 17, 50, and 118, okay? We are then going... Oh, wait, we might not even get to 118 because we don't have a third-round pick. Yeah, we don't have a third-round pick. Right? Didn't we trade that to go and get to Slaw? So all we can do is rounds 1 through 3 for right now. So we're going to just focus on the Lions and kind of take it pick by pick. We'll see who's available, and then I really want to get your guys' feel on it. So if you're available, Dollar General Brad, bro, gun guy, dude, I just looked over and seen that Dollar General Brad, bro, legit, dude, for real. I'd buy that for $1. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and start here. Obviously, we're going to let it go. I think I got it set to normal speed. So we're just going to kind of casually kick our way through the draft here, guys. Let's go ahead and start the draft. Everybody's kind of moving along. We're going to let it go through to 17, then we're going to go back and see who's available. All right. So Fernando Mendoza going number 1 overall to the Raiders. No surprise there. Reuben Bain Jr., number 2 to the Jets. Arvell Reese to the Cardinals. David Bailey going number 4 to the Tennessee Titans. If I was Tennessee, I'd be looking for the best available offensive weapon. Caleb Downs to the G-Men. Carnell Tate going to the Brown Eyes. Not wild about that. Sonny Styles to the Commies. Jeremiah Love to the Saints. Makai Lemon to the Chefs. Jordan Tyson to the Bengals. That's stupid. That's stupid. You need to go defense. Jermon McCoy, cornerback to the Miami Dolphins. Caleb Banks to the Cowboys. Peter Woods to Seattle, St. Louis, L.A., whoever the fuck you are. Avion Terrell to the Bucks, and Spencer Fano slides at 16 to the Jets. with the trade that they made to acquire to send Sauce Gardner to the the Indianapolis Colts. And that really sucks donkey balls because that is the guy that I absolutely want. Now, this sticks us at a very interesting position here, being Detroit, because we have quite a few options that we can go. Obviously, every position is possibly available. There are all kinds of people here, and a lot of names that we have talked about. Obviously, the first name that's going to just pop right off the board is going to be Francis Maioga, the big tackle out of Miami. Everybody's really high on him. Mansour Delane, everyone is also very high on this corner out of LSU. And you guys know that I am super duper high on Keldrick Folk. Now, we have discussed this possible situation before. If we get into a situation where there is 2 to 3 players that we are absolutely in love with, what I would love to do is be able to trade out a 17 back into the mid-20s, acquire some more draft capital either later on in this draft, rounds 3, or, possibly another first or second rounder next year to move back. You're swapping first rounders and acquiring later on, right? But we can't do that here. We can't trade because I don't have trades enabled on this mock draft. So my question to you guys is, let's look at these 3. We could go as far down as Leone or even Caden Proctor. I don't like Caden Proctor, and I do like Caleb Lomu. Lomu's probably going to fall out of the first round at the rate that we're going here. Shout out Gun Guy. Yeah, very observant of you, my guy. Only one O-line taken. Yes, I agree, dude, which is kind of why I'm leaning into. I was really pissed that Fano had went 1 pick before us because I was like, here we go. Mock drafts are like Christmas list, hoping you get what you want. 100%, Mom. 100%. I've only done 1 full mock draft. I drafted Gibbs, Campbell, Branch, and Laporta. Nailed that one. Well, Rick, I would encourage you to do more mock drafts then, dude, because apparently you've got a mind meld with Brad Holmes. Hopefully this is a waste of time and the Raiders are picking instead of us. Oh, yes. Trippy. I see what you're saying, dude. Yes. The old bailout and acquire. I'd take the 33. Dude, I would be willing to go from 17 to 33 if I'm getting next year's first round pick as well. You know what I'm saying? I've got a feeling Brad's going to surprise us this offseason. Rick, I got a feeling this is going to be the first offseason where Brad spends money, dude, where he actually spends the dollar he dues. So, guys, these are the 3 guys I'm zeroed in on. I want to go Folk. I like Keldrick Folk. I'm very high on that little bit of highlight film we watched of him. I think he fits what Brad Holmes wants out of a defensive end. He then plays to everybody going, hey, look, I took our defensive end. We have seen quite a few defensive players, corners, linebackers, already taken, right? Which means that in this situation, offensive linemen are now sliding down the board, right? Giving us more opportunities in the second round, which is why I would be a little bit more inclined to go defensive end or even Mansour Delane and allow Mayaluga, Proctor to kind of slide everything down. Who do we got offered as a trade? Okay, so Dallas wants to give us the 20th pick. I wonder, could I do something like that? What would that be? Yeah, that'd be the 20th and next year's first round trade. Yeah, see, I can't. Yeah, let's say I don't know why it's even putting that up there. I don't know why it's even putting that shit up there. Yeah, see, it said trade too, but it didn't. It doesn't let me, so I don't know why it did that shit. Let's see what the analysis is so far. Not enough data. Not enough data so far. I do like that about PFF is they allow me to see kind of where other Lions fans have been picking in the situation. Oy vey. How do we feel, chat? How do we feel? Have you seen the ratings yet, Mr. Hat? For the Super Bowl, Motown, not yet, dude. Not yet. I think Trey is more likely than Max. Trey won't cost draft picks. Rick, I agree with you. I do think that Trey Hendrickson is the. Dude, this is the one thing. Look how fat this hoodie makes, or this sweatshirt makes me look, dude. Like, whoop. All right. So. Let's say Let's say in this situation, Decker has retired. Okay. Yeah, gun guy, this is kind of the route I'm thinking, dude. Even if Decker is retired and we sign Trey Hendrickson, would it not be infinitely more beneficial to grab Keldrick Falk as well and do the old double dip that Brad Holmes likes to do? Sign a free agent, older defensive end, and then draft the young guy? Because I'm thinking what we do here is we go defensive line, then we go or defensive line, then we go offensive line. How do you guys feel about that? I am very sold on Keldrick Falk right here, guys. I'm very sold on it. However, I obviously want to be trading back. And in this situation, what has been offered, now this is all just simulation, but we do see that Green Bay Dallas wants to trade with us, and we could probably move back to 20 and pick up a future pick somewhere else, even if it's like 112. I would be inclined to do that simply because that gives us still pretty good chance of getting one of those guys. And if not, there's still plenty of talent. Leon, God forbid, Caden Proctor, Lomu's there, dude. All kinds of guys. I'm really high on. Shit, he might even be a second, third round pick now. Was our guy out of Iowa, Gunnar Dunker or whatever his name is, Gunnel Dunkel, Big Honky. That's what I call him, Big Honky, the Big Honky. Edge, then center, then tackle. Last season, we proved we can maintain a top 5 offense even without an OC or defense O-line play. Defense is off-season focus. The Seahawks solidified that last night. Cheers, Rick. I like where you're at. All right, well, that zeroes it down to 2 guys. What do we do? Let's go defense. Let's go defense. Let's go defense. All right, so we're going to go defense round 1 here, fellas. We're going to go defense round 1. Do you want to go Delane, Mansour Delane, or do you want to go Keldrick Falk, or do you want to go Caden McDonald, maybe? Defensive interior. Not so great. Overall grade of 86. I like Falk, man. I really like Falk. Overall grade of 75.8. Let's fade McDonald since we went Ohio State defensive tackle last year. Let's fade that. Let's zero it down between if you guys can, drop a 1 if you want Mansour Delane, and drop a 2 if you want Keldrick Falk. I'm feeling Falk. Let me know what you guys are feeling. I know Delane seems weird, but our corner's not so great. This could be a sneaky spot, dude. This could be a real sneaky spot. This guy is pretty good, man. This guy is pretty good. 600 snaps, 700 snaps, 700 snaps. 14 catches on 35 targets. 34 catches on 72 targets. He's a 50-50 ball coverage guy, Only 2 interceptions last year. 4 last year. Passer rating of 31.3. Oof. Oof, bro. They ain't got no information on him yet. 6 foot 190. Damn, dude, he's a 22-year-old senior. That ain't bad, dude. That ain't bad. No, that ain't bad. You want to go 2? You guys want to go? My mom wants to go edge. You want to go Keldrick Falk over Mansour Delane? Man, this is a toss-up, dude. Because Delane's pretty good, man. He's pretty good. But Brad Holmes got that snootiness about he's a corner snob, dude. All right, we'll go Falk, dude. You guys know I like Falk. And shout out my mom. She wanted us to take Mike Green last year, and he had a pretty good rookie year, even though he was a basket case off the field. Legit, my mom knows defense or offensive lineman, defensive lineman. Oh, whoops! It only let me do the first round. Oh, because I didn't select. Oh shit! Whoopsie poopsie. Hang on, guys. Oh, I got to subscribe to get lame. So lame, dude. So lame. Mock draft simulator. Yo, we'll try something else. Let's try NFL mock draft simulator over here at NFL mock draft database. Yeah. Oh, we can do all 7 rounds, dude. Yo, let's just do 3. Let's just do 3 over here. Yeah, this might not be too bad. Oh, this might not be too bad, dude. Yeah, they can kind of zero it in pretty good, man. Pick the draft you want. Expert boy. Oh, hell yeah. All right, this ain't too bad. This ain't too bad, y'all. Let's hit this one. Let's try this one out, huh? Yeah, let's go. We got time. I'm on vacation. I haven't dug into this year's crop yet. Not sure if I'll have time to this year. Yeah, dude, Rick, you got a lot on your plate, bro. You got a lot on your plate, dude. Oh, this is a lot more. This is a lot better. I like this. Oh, yeah, I like this. My Uga went. Delane went. Damn, this is... Oh, shit, this is a lot more. Woo! Holy rippers, boys. Yo. That's a big jump back. We got 2 offers. And I ain't wild about either one of them. The Rams want to give us their 2nd round pick, number 61, in exchange for our 17th overall pick. But they also want to give us next year's 2nd, next year's 3rd, 5th, and 6th, which is an obnoxious haul. That's an obnoxious haul of draft picks. Oh, that's an obscene. I just got a request to appear. Hell yeah, Rick. Go take care of business, brother. Go take care of business. What's up, American Boxer? Looks like a little name change there, brother. But I recognize that face. I recognize that handsome mug, dude. What's going on, man? All right. Let's see what else we got here. And then the Pats are offering us the 63rd. And then next year's 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Yeah, no. I'm good. Woo! Damn, guys. Yeah, this is a way more accurate fucking draft tool. I mean, the web page is a lot dirtier, but that's because they got to spend for the advertisement so that I can get it for free. Wow, man. But look, there ain't nobody available. Wow, dude. Oh, man. So, wow, does that leave us in a weird spot? All right. So, let's look at who's available along the D line. McDonald, Banks, Hunter. All of the edges are gone, guys. All of the top end edges are gone. Holy shit. They're all gone. Everybody's gone. They're all gone. Wow. Look at. Look at, dude. Everybody's fucking gone. Look at. Damn, dude. All right, let's take a look at linebackers. How about Sonny Styles, huh? What do we know about Sonny Styles? I can favorite players? That's dope. Dude, this is a sick draft tool, guys. All right, who's all available? Jermond McCoy, Sonny Styles. I don't think we go tight end in the first round. Leon, huh? Avion Terrell. Do we go Caden Proctor? Gross. Gross. I think it comes down to these 2 guys, bro. So, in this world, if it's between these 2, what are you guys feeling? Do we go linebacker and replace Anal Zone? Or do we go... I don't know anything about Sonny Styles. And I don't know anything about Jermon McCoy. What do we know about him? Damn. Plays really good against lesser opponents. And gets eaten up by better opponents. Let's look at the stats. He's first in missed tackles with 0. He's a fucking hell of a tackler. Damn. He ain't so great, though. What does homeboy do well? Ugh, I'm not so wild about that. What do you guys think? McCoy? Hell yeah, Rick. Go crush it, brother. You go crush that shit. All right, guys. Do we want to go Styles or McCoy? Or Loane? If we go Loane, assume that then Ratledge moves over to center. Nipple is what you should have searched for. Oh, shit. Hey, guys, if I missed your chats, my bad. It's because I had top chat on, not live chat. My fucking bad, y'all. Damn, guys, my bad. I'm sorry. Damn. Hope I didn't miss too many chats, guys. Sorry about that. How about just for shits and giggles? Let's go with McCoy, huh? Let's go Jermon McCoy. Yeah, I know, dude. Oh, you want to go O-line? You want to go O-line? You want to go Loane? Olivia Loane? All right. No, it's all, you're good, Trippy. I know you're just fucking around, dude. You're all good, man. I'm a man, dude. I know how the games are played, brother. I'm the first one to call myself an idiot, dude. So, Loane, McCoy, or Styles? Am I even pronouncing that? Let's go Loane. Let's go Olivia Vega Loane, huh? Boom. Olivia Vega. Olivia Vega. Did I pronounce that right? Wait, what? Courts want to know what I do to take care of this baby. Not good for the defense. Damn, dude. No, that ain't good for the defense, bro. Shit, man. Shit, brother. You gonna be busy as fuck. All right. Here we go. Boom. Pick 50. Green Bay wants to trade with us. Minnesota wants to trade with us. Cincinnati wants to trade with us. Pittsburgh wants to trade with us. Cincinnati's offering quite a bit. Damn, Cincinnati's offering a lot. But they're trying to come way up. Trying to come up, what, 30-some spots? This ain't too bad. Not enough, though. Not enough, though. That ain't too bad either, but nah. I'm good on wheeling and dealing. Let's see who's available. Balake Miller, the offensive tackle out of Clemson. Jennings Dunker, there's my guy, dude. Unfortunately, we went offensive line in the first round taking a guard, and Jennings Dunker projects as a guard more at the next level than he does. Boom, AJ Halkey. Boom. I'm not even gonna give it up to. I'm not even gonna let you guys question that one. Sorry, Halkey's the shit, bro. That kid's gonna be dangerous, and we need a safety. Sorry, guys. There's no hesitation on that one, y'all. There ain't no hesitation on that one. There's just drafting. When a guy like that is still available, it's like Brian Branch. You just pull the fucking trigger, dude. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Who the fuck called me, man? Scam Likely called me. Good. I'm glad that Scam Likely. Don't you love it when Scam Likely calls you guys? I love getting my calls from Scam Likely. It's like my favorite. Did I do the whole draft? Or did I just do the first 3 rounds? Man, if only this was cleaner. Look at that! Mad Hatter Nation. What a great first 2 rounds we had. Come on, guys. Give yourselves a pat on the back for that one. We crushed it with Oliva Vega Vera. Olive. Olive. Alaviva Vega. Alaviva Vega. Did I pronounce that right? Alaviva Vega. Loane. Got a solid A grade on that one, boys. Going to move Ratledge over to the center spot. And then we cleaned up on the second round, dude. Grabbing AJ Hulky. Dude, this guy is going to cement himself as a solid contributor with the Detroit Lions, especially in our secondary where there are question marks around specifically the safeties, both Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch. So doing this move right here makes everything plumb, level, and square, and I am a happy camper. How do y'all feel, Mad Hatter Nation, about that draft right there? I just got a scam likely. Mom, you got a scam likely too. Hell yeah. Most of my calls are from U of M. Show up as scam likely. Pisses me off. Those are very important phone calls. Oh, damn, Rick. Yeah, dude, that would be a huge pain in the ass, dude. Yeah, those are kind of important phone calls for you to have, dude. Shit, man. That pissed me off, dude. Well, boys and girls, we had ourselves a little bit longer of a show today, but that's totally okay because I am on vacation. I appreciate each and every one of you who took the time to comment or just watch or share or like or do anything. I appreciate it, dude. You guys are awesome. We are now into the offseason, so welcome to the filler arc of the NFL where we're going to do everything that we can to try and keep you entertained while we slog our way through to the next kickoff of the NFL season. So, guys, try to have yourself a good rest of the day. Stay out of trouble. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. I've been Hat and Beard. You've been an attentive audience. Until next time, tomorrow at 10 a.m. Bonga, bonga. Frig off.